After saturation coverage of his affair with the wife of his close friend and teammate Anthony Stevens. All eyes will now be on Wayne Carey as he takes on what he's described as his greatest professional and some would say personal challenge. Alison Caldwell reports on the AFL's worst kept secret.
After many nights with no sleep and tossing and turning, I just thought that Adelaide was the best fit in all areas as far as a football club, their professionalism, their team and the place. I'm really looking forward to that.
5 months after the scandal which ended his career with his beloved North Melbourne Football Club, today Wayne Carey's Jake Nile is a senior football writer with The Age newspaper. He says the club never wavered in its interest.
I compared it to a guy who sends a girl flowers. They were in a full. They gave him full attention and they showered him with attention, and I think they made him feel they had players talking, ringing him up and saying, Mark Bickley and Mark Rasciuto, the captain, ringing up and saying, please come. They hosted a dinner for him. I think they just went that extra yard.
The club's pursuit of Wayne Carey went ahead, despite the scandal which has engulfed the champion's centre half forward over the past 5 months. It began with his admission that he'd had an affair with the wife of his best mate and vice-captain Anthony Stevens, which forced him out of the club and off the field for the rest of the season.
I regret the circumstances of my actions, which has led to the decision and the pain it has caused to my wife and my family. I apologise to all my teammates and all the Kangaroo supporters. However, I believe this is the only proper and responsible course of action. Thank you.
As for the fans, Wayne Carey's welcome to the City of Churches will not be unanimous if these reactions are anything to go by.
Well, obviously I don't want him here. I mean, what he did to his former teammates, that was inexcusable.
I thought he was, a pig for what he did, but you've got to give people a second chance.
What he did was a bit of a jerk, but, it's personal problems. His football playing, it's his business. He should be allowed to do whatever he wants to do on the field.
I don't think it matters where I play football. It's always going to be scrutinised. I appreciate that. I have to learn to cope with that and deal with that. And that's obviously something that I'll be doing in Adelaide.
Wayne Carey's obviously hoping to have a lower profile in Adelaide. Do you think that's realistic?
No, I don't think there's any chance whatsoever that Wayne Carey will have a low profile. Sure, the media will hone in on him like no other player.
Today, Wayne Carey presented himself as a man who was putting his life back together again, starting with his marriage.
Despite popular belief, Sally and I are very much together. We're in Wagga at the moment. She's taken leave of absence from work. So we're currently, after today, we're in holiday mode. So we're going to go on a holiday together and really sort of put all this behind us.
And clearly, with today's decision, Wayne Carey is signalling he wants to be remembered as one of the AFL's greatest players in the last 20 years.
I mean, he's a footballer. Footballers play football. And that's what you want to be remembered for being a footballer, not for being a soap opera.
I concede the fact this is a huge challenge and the biggest one in my football career, but one that I'm really looking forward to, and wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think that I could come back and have a real impact.
He has come from absolutely an impossible position.
I should think there'd be a few mixed feelings in Adelaide about being called a big country town, but there you go. Alison Caldwell with that report, and that's the program for tonight. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow, but for now, good night.